Welcome to Fantasy Breakouts. I'm Pat. That's Erik. Our special guest, Mr. Izzy. I was about to give you a government name away. I don't want to. But yes, welcome as always. Today we're going to be recapping our draft from this past weekend and dive into a couple suspicious activity things. Let's put it like that. Now we're going to cover that, talk about some injury updates and whatnot. And as always, I just want to say thank you guys for following us. Appreciate the likes, the tweets, the comments, all that, whether it's TikTok, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, whatever podcast it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyway, let's dive into this, Erik. Let's talk about this draft and how Mr. Beans got first for the 55th year in a row.
Yeah, it is weird how that happened, isn't it? And I think part of this, we brought on Izzy again. Izzy's a frequent flyer with us, helping us out. But the cool thing with this is I was at the number 2 spot, so I'm at the beginning. Pat was at 7, and then Izzy was actually at 10. So we have a pretty diverse, overview of this draft, and it was a fun draft. So let's get into it. So it went pretty much. I think it went pretty normal the first 5 picks here. We got McCaffrey. I took Cook, like I said in our one main TikTok video that's kind of going crazy right now. Kamara went 3. Henry went 4. Eckler went 5. Maybe that's a little bit ahead of schedule. Adams, though, right before Pat, Adams went. So Pat, was that going to be your pick? That's what I want to know.
Yes. 3,000% was going to be Adams. I just want to say for the record, 7th is probably the worst spot in the world. In a 10-team draft, I had the worst spot ever. Just flat out. Just did not like my spot. Did not like it. But I made, we're going to get this thing done. All right? So I took Travis Kelce. Got him off the board. And that's given. That's hands down. I ain't got to worry about it. He's not my number 1 pick. But I definitely wanted Adams. Figured Tariq would go to Mr. Isaac. Nils, I knew that I was going to get Diggs.
Yep, so number 9, Diggs, and then 10.
And I think Izzy probably had the most favorable position in this draft, personally, to me in a 10-team. But obviously, why'd you pick Zeke to begin with and then follow up with Saquon, Mr. Izzy?
Well, I mean, I got lucky with that pick. If Cullen's dart would have stuck, I probably would not have had that.
Explain what we did.
Pick, so,
Explain what we did.
We throw darts to do positions. But Cullen, he's a beast. And for some reason, it didn't stick. So I just had to get it on the board. I think I ended up getting second or third pick. So I've never had 10. I'm always stuck right in the middle. So I saw the reason I took Zeke, he was sitting there. I mean, he had a down year. And I gotta trust him. So he was sitting there. If I didn't take him, I had 2 picks in a row. Somebody was going to grab him. And it would have been a good value for him. So that's why I took Zeke there. And then Saquon, same thing. Hurt early, got hurt against the Bears. I remember watching the game. I really think he's going to come back this year as well. So, I mean, is it a risk? Yes. Is it a necessary risk? Yes.
Yeah, life's about gambles, so it is what it is.
And Izzy, I think we've talked about it. I remember talking about it last year, but you're usually will hammer the receivers. Did you just not have your guy at that point? Were one of those 3, if they would have made it to you, Diggs, Hill, or Adams, would they have been a pick?
What do you think? I would have went Diggs, 100%. Diggs was my number 1 guy. And number 2, I mean, I know it's going to sound crazy, but I really wanted Jay Jets. I wanted Justin Jefferson really bad. But okay. I thought it was way too early to grab him, and I knew he was going to be on the way back, but it went against my strategy this year, but we're going to see it. We're going to try it out, and hopefully it works out. Maybe my name will be I love running backs now instead of I love wide receivers. But we'll see.
No, it won't.
I don't know.
Sounds too good.
Can't lose that nickname. But then on the way back, I think there was some running back picks here. So we went number 9, Aaron Jones, number 8, Nick Chubb, and I bet Pat liked a couple of those dudes. So Pat's back at it in the 7th.
I'm telling you, it's the worst spot. I kept every time in this draft, I had somebody go off the board that I was going to take right before that. I would have definitely took Nick Chubb with that.
Yeah.
But then it came down to Calvin Ridley and Jonathan Taylor. I honestly, I've told you guys this in my podcast and all this stuff. I think Calvin Ridley might end up top. I wouldn't be surprised top 3, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. The king of fantasy is opportunity. and you know that man will get the ball. There's nothing else. Atlanta's gonna be playing from behind. Easy, done. Then obviously Kevin with Jonathan Taylor. We got DK, Chris Carson. That was to me. I just want to go for the record that Chad had a very suspicious draft, but
In
Chris
that
Carson got
four spot.
very, very early. I'm just looking at behind that. I would have took easily. I would have took Gibson. Chris Carson should have went like 8 picks later, personally. And then Cullen, thank you for taking Joe Mixon. We need claps when you because we don't want to deal with that. Have fun with that. Of course, I knew Erik was going to take Antonio Gibson right there. I mean, go ahead, Erik. Tell us again why you would take him there.
Yeah, I think like I don't know. There are only certain players are like kind of bulletproof for their situation. Now, health wise, we can't really do much about that. But with the situation, I loved Antonio Gibson, and in that TikTok video when I have a lot of experience actually mocking in the second spot, so I kind of knew who were my guys at that point, and I was looking if Ridley got to that point, if Gibson got to that point, and then if Najee Harris got to that point, I figured I'd at least get one of them. I mean, I'm getting one of those three, and that's really building a team. So yeah, it was between Antonio Gibson, Najee Harris. I've been bigger on Gibson, and then next pick goes David Montgomery. So I'm just like, what the hell just happened? Because I really thought that'd be. And this is the beauty of drafting in person. This is we're not on Yahoo where you have somebody that should have went 5 picks ago, and then this guy is like, yeah, let's just do it. And picking in person is so much better. So after this, I like the second pick of this, the number 1 spot. He took DeAndre Hopkins. I think that was fine, but that put me in like a kind of tough spot. So I had no receivers. I'm going running back, Toya Gibson, Dalvin Cook. And then I have Najee Harris, McLaurin, and then I had A.J. Brown. Actually, I think I was thinking either A.J. Brown or McLaurin. And I just see these guys. I see Pat, and I see a couple of people that just had one running back. And I'm just like, I'm not going to let somehow this is going to happen where Pat's going to get freaking Najee Harris, and I'm going to be sick about it. And then so Pat would have had Kelsey, Ridley, Najee Harris, which I think Najee Harris should have been a top 10 pick in this draft. I mean, or in the draft. So I just didn't want to see that happen. So I did load up 3 running backs, back-to-back years, 3 running backs. We'll see how this treats me. But then, of course, so Terry McLaurin went next. CH after that. J.K. Dobbins went in that 5 spot. I did not like that pick. And then Kevin's been on. Kevin did get A.J. Brown. And then Pat's up after that. So, Pat, what were you thinking at that point? Were you with me? Were you hoping Najee would make it or what?
Oh, for sure. For 3,000%. Unfortunately, me and Erik know each other. Yes, I wanted Harris. Let's not talk about it again. Thank you. But on the sunny bright side of everything, and I'm thinking, I got Kelsey, Calvin Ridley. Something sounds so sweet about Calvin Ridley and Justin Jefferson on the same squad, same line. So I just say, you know what? Forget it. We're already committed. We're here. Boom. At some point, you got to accept, talent, draft spot compared to, I don't have a running back. It is what it is. JJ, he's mine. Ike took Patrick Mahomes. I'm so against that early pick, but that's, there's a lot of suspicious activity in this draft with his draft spots as well as Chaz, but we'll dive into that. People will see what I'm talking about. Nils, Darren Waller. I can agree with that. Mm-hmm. I mean, Nils already got a running back receiver, one of the top tight ends, top 2, 3 debatable. And then Izzy, great pick. I like it. Obviously, tell us why you went with who you did.
To be honest, I can't see what it was. I can't remember. So.
Keenan Allen.
Oh, Keenan Allen. Yeah, I mean, I think Herbert's going to be huge. And Keenan Allen's usually up there. And if he's not hurt, then number 1 option. So Keenan Allen all the way, all day. I really wanted Jefferson, like I said earlier, but Keenan Allen was also on my list. Not disappointed with that pick.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I concur. And then you came back around with Mr. Robinson.
So that one's a little more biased. Bears fan. So I think he was great last year. And this year, I mean, I don't know who's throwing to it, Red Rocket or Fields. Hopefully Fields later on. But Allen Robinson, great player, catches everything. And I think he's in a contract year. I'm pretty sure he's in a contract year. I know he got tagged, so he's going to be
Yep.
out there playing. He's not going to be missing games. He wants that money, so throw him the ball.
That's also a great point right there, Izzy. Always anybody that's in the fourth year, maybe the contract the fifth year got declined, or they're in a contract year, you want those guys. In reality, they want the bread. They're not going to be playing around. They want their bread, right? And yeah, Allen Robinson. I'm a Bears fan too. Who knows who's going to be the quarterback? But Allen Robinson has proved time and time again. It really doesn't matter. Just throw it up. He catches all the stuff that shouldn't be caught. End of story. Then Nils Kills came back with Josh Allen. Okay. Ike came with CeeDee Lamb. And the only question I have right now, CeeDee Lamb is a great athlete, is just only question about Dak right now. They're having really suspicious reports about Dak, talking about they're going to walk him back in, yada, 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 yada. Only question mark I have about that offense right now. And then I came back with DeAndre Swift.
You had to get a running back, right? I mean,
I felt like I had to get. I didn't feel pressure though. At the same time, I could have went with Kittle, but I've seen people with two tight ends. That's not ideal. It's not ideal. I don't want to roll with that because automatic flex. I don't want to be put in that position where you have to play both. Because if I have Kelsey and Kittle, either A, you're gonna be, I'm going to be trade bait, and people are going to get over on you. Second, you got to use that for a flex spot every week. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. You don't want to be put in that corner where you just don't want to do it. So I went with Swift right there. Yep, I need a running back. But obviously I came back later in the draft to make sure I got my insurance, as we'll talk about down the line. Kevin with George Kittle, good pick. Who was that before Kevin? JJ Beebs?
Yeah.
JJ Beebs went Deontay Johnson. Then we got Amari Cooper, Robert Woods. And then Erik, I know you had in the back of your mind, like, I got to get some receivers. So why you decide to go with the tandem right there?
Yeah, so just like Izzy, I'm filling out my starting lineup. So with, receivers after that. So what I was hoping, when I took Najee Harris, I was really hoping, I pretty much, no doubt, A.J. Brown and Justin Jefferson's were going to be gone. I was thinking maybe CeeDee Lamb or Amari Cooper would get to me. Definitely didn't expect Deontay Johnson to be gone. So I was like, man, I was kind of bummed that I didn't get Amari Cooper, but that was okay. I mean, I'm cool with Mike Evans. Mike Evans is, he can carry your team when you need him to. And so I'm loading up. I'm getting depth. So on the way back after that, Miles Sanders got picked. Miles Sanders was hanging out there for a little long, so I didn't mind that pick of Beans. Kenny Galladay, Jesus. Didn't want Kenny Galladay at this point. So Chris Godwin, I'm gonna take him. And if one of them goes down, that just makes the other one's value higher. And then you'll see later on I did get Julio Jones, T. Higgins, and Claypool. So I was just like, man, time to get some starters. So that's really what I went for. So we don't really need to go through every pick we did, but I guess, is there anything, let's see, with you guys filling out your starting lineup, do you guys have any notes? Do you want to get back to your next pick and then go over anything else with that, Pat? We can go over our other surprises.
First of all, one of our people in this draft made a comment of drafting Odell because of me. Like, that does anything.
Somebody brought up Odell. Yep.
Odell was taken in the 5th round. Silly Chad. That's saying it nicely. Don't draft because you think you're gonna hurt my feelings or change my team. That's hey, you want to sink your ship?
It does though.
You go right ahead, bed. I don't care. The TJ Hawkinson, people are so high on him. I just don't think I like Jared Goff. I think that's what it is. So I think I'm a little biased. It is what it is. Kevin came back with Josh Jacobs. I had to get dual threat Kyler Murray. You ever see what that is? But I could have went with Myles Gaskin in that situation, but I chose Kyler Murray. Travis Etienne. Woo! I know Neil's salty now. Yeah. Hey, but I will be. Hey, I was telling people, man, I really be. Some people say you were just, riding away, whatever. I've been saying, I think that regardless if he was there or not, even look at the preseason game the other night. 815 was getting the ball. Like, they were not giving him the ball. Like, I think they're going to use because you got to think they're going to draft the other dude in the draft as a wide receiver before him. I really, truly, even without this injury, thought James Robinson would be the early down back. Looked like that was. So, anywho. And then Izzy came back with Tyler Lockett. You can have 50 points one week and 10 points another. But, you can live with that flex play. Way where, and he's wide receiver 3 for you? So do you think you took Kyle Pitts too early, Izzy?
No, Izzy was really happy to get Kyle Pitts, weren't you?
Yeah, that's my guy, man. And I don't know why I've been so in love with him. There's always that player that you're in love with, and even in the draft, like there's nobody like him. Like somebody was saying in there, like, oh, tight ends rookie tight ends don't do that well, this and that. I mean, who was the last good rookie tight end? Evan Ingram was with the Giants a couple years ago. Decent season.
Yeah, I guess you could almost call Tanyan a rookie, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just feel like
old rookie.
Just adding to what you said earlier with Ridley, like they're going to be down, they're going to throw the ball, and I think Pitts is going to just come out of there, and he's just going to be great. So to me, I'm happy with that. If that's all I wanted really. So I'm cool with it. I know I reached a little bit, not a good position for him, but I don't care. He was not going to be there. Maybe he wasn't going to be there coming back.
You had a long wait.
Go. Can you move us up to the top right, Erik? Like the top? No, move our picture.
Oh, okay. Yep. Did you guys have like a favorite pick or like who you thought you had? We can go over that, or who you thought had the best draft.
I mean,
Pat got his grade on Yahoo, so he wants to tell everybody about it. Just say it.
Hey, listen. The grade don't mean everything, but it means something. Let's put it like that. I was the only A. I got an A minus, but I just said from coming from 7, I think I had a great draft. I got before I took Damian Harris, I would probably took
here's Pat's spot.
Either James Robinson. I mean, I did what I had to. I got Michael Thomas in the 9th round. I mean, thank you. Even if he don't play for me, hey, somebody gonna want him.
Izzy went through that last year.
9th round pick. Hey,
got some hurt
I don't want
feelings.
nothing to do with that.
I feel you. But somebody gonna want him. Yeah, and that's the same thing what you said, Izzy. You gotta think when the situation they're in is a really sticky situation, right? So now they come together. Even if him and Sean Payton look, all right, let's treat bygones like bygones. Let's move on from this year. In order to trade you, and in order for us to actually trade you, we got to get value back. So you got to go out and ball when you come back. So if it's trade bait and 9th round pick, so be it. I'm cool with that. Now, one pick I am salty about is I'm really high on Javonte Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I think and there was some talking in this draft that really made me mad about Kevin. I'll be honest with you. Mr. Talking, because people don't do their research.
What did he say? Explain it.
That
so
boy was killing you.
He brought up.
Which time?
How many times did he do it? Did he do it twice?
Like
where
3
he
times.
Brought up a guy. So it was the pick before.
I hate people that do that.
It was the pick before Kevin. Kevin would talk. He would basically help that person pick who he didn't want, who he didn't want. So then Kevin can get the guy that he wanted, and then Pat would be right after that and not get either of them. Like it was just like constant.
Because one time. The guy before me was like, "Oh yeah, let me get Melvin Gordon, man. He's the number 1, right?" And the kid was like, "No, he's not number 1. He's number 2. I got number 1."
Cookie Monster comes out.
What do he do? He comes immediately and tags the person I want just because of that little statement. So I came back and took who was it? Go back up a little bit.
Right here, it was Melvin Gordon. Jamal Williams.
No. Go back. No. He took Rojo. That's who he took.
Oh, yeah. Ronald Jones.
It was Rojo at the time because I was going to take Rojo for another running back. So I came back and took Devontae Smith, and he ended up with Brandon Cooks. He was like, "Oh, why you? Yeah, you talk too much. Let somebody else, do what they got to. If they come in unprepared, let them do that."
Where is he at? I still haven't found him on here.
The 10th round, bro.
10th round.
I took Devontae Smith.
Oh, okay, right here.
When it came back,
that's
around,
what it was. Oh, that was bad. Man, Pat's in paradise, and he just can't get away from. He was cussing. ruining his family vacation.
Pat was having a meltdown.
I walked away. I was salty. Like, quit talking. I hate when people do that.
Pat
Let
went
him
quiet
do what
for
he
a while.
wants. But no, I think I came back then. Obviously, I got my cuff. We got questions about DeAndre Swift, and obviously Anthony Lynn actually loves Jamal Williams, and Jamal Williams is a very productive back. That was a very cheap steal for them. And if right now, especially if Swift doesn't play week 1, I got the cuff and Jamal Williams. And then Damian Harris. Yeah, I think people are sleeping on Damian Harris, man. What is wrong with y'all? Just because it's a New England backfield, he is the guy. Can we agree to that? Like, he's gonna get the touches.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can't agree to that?
There's never a guy.
That's the thing. Yeah, I've
He
been
is the guy.
Steven Ridley'd. I've have
never
these
been more
guys.
confident in that backfield than this year. Period.
What was the big
And Tony
dude?
Michelle has been that guy too.
There's only been a few guys. That
Tony
it's worked
Michelle
out.
can't be on the field more than 3 games
Exactly, but he was the guy at one point.
Damian
At
Harris?
least for a week.
because he got injured. That's his fault. He can't. He's not healthy. He can't stay healthy.
Okay, Pat.
Hey,
I
he's
think
a bum
you can
anyway.
get down off that. The
Now,
rant.
for
Izzy,
I appreciate you guys.
Let me ask
though.
you
I
something.
think that's a steal.
appreciate you guys. I think that's a steal. One, Izzy, do you have any like kind of things that you walked away like, damn, I can't believe that happened type situation?
Yeah, I mean, really, to start, Eckler going 5th to me. I mean, JJB's my guy. I love you, but man, it's early. That's early, man. I think he's ranked a 14th overall RB, and he went 5th. Like, I mean,
Do you believe that?
I like
though?
him.
I think it's a little bit of a stretch, yeah.
I'd say
mean,
back for.
I like him, but not that early. Maybe back in the first, early second, but not 5th. They're still their players after him.
I think what happened was, I'm not completely against it because, also Eckler, he delivers. I think part of it was J.J. Beebs got Eckler last year. And I feel like that's personally, he came here.
Maybe it was
He's
that, yeah. It's like NFL teams, they sign the dude that just had a couple of good games against them.
Yep.
Baseball, it happens.
Just to take him out that
It always
division. Yep.
happens. I don't know. There should be a phrase for that.
I think that was pretty much the approach.
Yeah. One of the things that I couldn't believe is just Curtis Samuel just tumbling. Like, I had too many receivers at this point. I think it was after Jalen Waddle. But Curtis Samuel going in the 15th round was pretty wild. Did you guys have reservations about him more than?
I'm good on
Maybe
Curtis
more than
Samuel.
me.
He's got some I think he got some hamstring injuries dealing with right now and stuff like that. Something right now. I wasn't he wasn't on my list, fortunately. I would have stolen him at the end, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
and you also gave me I started with a tight end and end with a tight end. That's never happened. And I think Tyler Higbee by week 6, somebody's gonna be sending me trade offers for him.
Yeah,
Guaranteed. I think that's a steal.
that was a good one.
Especially somebody that doesn't have a tight end that's one of those top. Because you guys got to remember when Everett was out the lineup last year, Higbee was I think a top 4 tight end in that stretch, and now Everett's gone.
Yeah, I think this would have been drastically different in a 12 team, and we'll see that when we do your league.
Oh, yeah.
12 team. There will not be tight ends this long. Like I like Tanyan about as much as would he go in the 11th. I got mine. I think Logan Thomas is going to catch more passes, so I got him. But I think these guys could be 7th round picks in a 12 team league. Like, and then Higbee should be in probably top 12. But tight ends are hard to combine. 10 team league.
Irv Smith?
I like him. He doesn't he can't really run like a post, and it's hard to drop it into him because he's only 6'2", I think, versus most of these guys are freaking, just freaks. They're 6'5", they're 6'6". That's the thing that worries me about him. It's like he has to run like an out, and he can use his speed to get open, but that's the thing in like the red zone. We haven't really seen it in the NFL. We've seen it in college, but that's the thing about him. Like that, I'm like, I don't know how many touchdowns could he get? Yeah, because these corners can jump, and if you don't throw it in there just right to him, he's too short. I mean, in the red zone. So we'll see. I want to watch for that. Well, that's a good question though. That's a really good question. See if he's going to be like a tight end 1.
Obviously Isaac. Let's go to his lineup. He took in the first.
Why are we
8
going
rounds,
to his lineup?
because he has in the first 8 rounds he has 2 quarterbacks.
Fantasy breakouts.
All I got to say is no. There's way too many position players to fill
Herbert
your
and
roster.
Mahomes.
Yeah, there's way too many position
I
players.
mean,
What
it's just
is your
trade bait
approach to
for
that?
them.
Who? There? How many teams are in the NFL? Ain't nobody trading for that.
10-team league,
Same
it's harder. That's why I've been.
That's pointless. You need to get positions. Like
Mhm.
that is not right there. It's like, oh, I didn't really want anybody. Look, listen, Justin Herbert. Instead of he could have got. Let's go to his lineup. Move our pictures to like the top draft picks here. So at the top, yeah, up there, left more. Yeah. So instead of that, he could have went with like. Let's look at this team. If I'm him, I'm going for another receiver.
Even it would be going left. So he could have got any of these guys. He could have got Claypool, Corey Davis. I think that I like that Corey Davis pick actually in the ninth.
He could have got Corey Davis.
Corey Davis.
His
Connor.
team has way bigger gaps to fill in that situation. How many receivers does he have? 3?
At that point, he just had 2.
And he got Tyler Boyd, which is Tyler Boyd. I'm okay with that.
He's gonna come
Jamar
back
Chase
at
is-
you.
I don't care. Hope he's watching.
Yeah,
Comment.
me too.
But I think Jamar Chase is it's not looking good, man. I don't want to call him. It's just right now it's not looking too good. I think him and Boyd. You know, weeks ago, if you would ask me about a month back, I would have said I think Boyd's gonna get the one being left out. But man, it's looking like
Boyd was okay.
Chase right now is gonna be a project. Let's put it nice, right? So who do you end up with? Who's his receivers? So we got Hill,
Tyler Boyd,
Lamb,
CeeDee Lamb.
Boyd.
Yeah.
Keep going down though.
Parker, Cole Beasley, and then he left. And then he left the draft, so we grabbed one of those guys. But yeah, 10-team league. Yeah, if this was a 12-team league, that would have hurt. I mean, he would have been hurting. So I mean, almost immediate waiver wire right here for him looking for receivers. Yeah, I agree with you, Pat.
We play in a 3 wide receiver lineup, right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. 2 running back, 3 receiver, tight end, and a flex.
If one of those guys
Everyone
goes
should
down,
do that too.
it's a wrap, right? We got Bateman. He's already injured. Cole Beasley.
We picked these guys for him.
Cole Beasley. Yeah. Parker. But I'm saying at that point, he should not have taken a quarterback, is my point. He needs to get a receiver. You need depth. Depth is so important. It's so vital.
Part of this is luck, and like he lucked into James Robinson.
No, he didn't.
So.
Somebody talked. He never looks. Everybody keeps talking to this man. He
Gifted.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he was gifted. All right.
Hey, I'll take like a 10% blame for the Herbert because he kept asking me about it because he was sitting next to me. He's like, "Hey man, what you think? What you think?" I was like, "Yeah, man, do it. Of course, trade bait all day." I was like, "Bro, that's so stupid." But I'm not going to tell you no.
But that's different. That's not helping him. That's helping him like fail. That's one thing. It's one thing. It's another thing when you assist him to be better. No, man, don't take that. You're a grown ass man. I mean, you're a grown man. Here, go ahead, do this. I don't know if it's PG, whatever. Keep it funky. You need depth, man. You need depth. And let's go to Chad's team. Let's go over.
Hey, Chad,
we're just roasting people now.
Chad was rotating like this, like a rotisserie. I don't know what was Chad was doing, but he was like.
Can you please explain that? You can't. I mean, it's just not everybody. Somebody not in our league might watch this. Explain what you're talking about. Rotisserie.
So Chad has something with his back, so I'm not making fun of him, but sometimes you see Chad and he'd be upside down, and then he would be like right side up, and he'd be like sideways, just like I don't know, like a rotisserie chicken. That's what I call it.
He had an inversion table, so he's like upside down like a bat.
Table, but he would just kept spinning. To me, he just kept spinning. I saw him; he was in a different position, so I think that's why he drafted the way he did.
He drafted okay. I mean, I think he did fine.
I think he was so committed. Like
he usually hits his running backs. He's usually a running back.
He got the running back. That Chris Carson. It is what it is. Like, I think Chris Carson.
Did he get Cam Newton?
No, somebody else, I think. Or didn't? No, he didn't get drafted.
But his thing is he's going to be struggling with receivers. To me, I don't believe in Amari Cooper this year. Like I think it's CeeDee Lamb passing the torch. Amari Cooper's already injured. I think his body's starting to break down. Personally, Odell, that offense doesn't fit around him. He's going to have like 850 yards, 8 touchdowns. That's what I think Odell's going to do. And I love Odell. Y'all know I'm Odell head.
Yeah, what are you
But
going to
that
offer him
is-
for Odell?
No, nothing.
How many
I'm
offers
off
have
of
you
a-
done to him?
Travis
for him already?
Kelsey and
No, yeah. He's
quarterback.
gonna, I can't wait for the first offer he's going to have from me. Just wait. Cortland Sutton, I believe in him, but that all depends on the quarterback. It depends on who wins that job, who's in the beyond the center. That's what that determines right there. Because Jerry Jeudy could be the guy there. Period. Juju.
Stick to dancing.
Russell. Yeah, Russell steady. James Conner might be a touchdown vulture, but you're going to get in that position where you might be playing mind games with yourself and not know who to play because you're not going to play James Conner over those three any given day unless they're injured or bye. Are you? Like, if you do, good luck.
Samuel, and then
He's hurt, I think.
He's
isn't
hurt.
Someone
He had a
with
lot of guys
hamstring?
that were hurt.
And I said that to him in the thing. Like, didn't you just do this last year? You drafted somebody who was hurt already? No, he's not hurt. All right, you're so
Yeah,
3 weeks.
he did. You did tell him a few times.
Robert Tanya, like it. I do believe, obviously, expect regression with the touchdown department with Robert Tanya. I don't believe that's going to happen again. He's going to be solid for its 11th round tight end.
Mm-hmm.
After, we already talked about this. After probably the 9th or whatever, all those guys are kind of like the same, I think, personally. Rams defense, okay. Henry Ruggs, who? Marlon Mack, Jalen Reagor, Jared Cook.
Hey, can we talk about Marlon Mack quick?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Because
Floor
during
yours.
the draft, I'm pretty sure Chad was like, I'm going to take the Colts #2 running back. And he took Marlon Mack. And I think we were like, no, it's Hines. Or it might be the other way around. You guys remember that? Yes or no?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, because I think you and Beans looked at each other like, this is bad.
It was Kevin was the one that said, that's #3.
That's over there. He's a bench farmer. Yeah, because Hines is going to be in there second most. So,
Well, I mean, especially in the different backfield, like the running back by committee is the most dreadful thing ever. But out of anybody in there, if I don't get Jonathan Taylor, even if Jonathan Taylor went down, you think Marlon Mack's getting 60% of touches?
no. Nope. They'll be signing somebody.
Good on that. Good. But yeah, I mean, I was pretty happy with my draft for being 7th. Yes, I did get an A-. Let's just go ahead and say it again.
Yeah. I think it would have been smarter for you to. I mean, you got one of
What
the
do you
best
think I should
kickers.
have done?
I didn't take a
different
kicker.
Somebody told him about the kicker. Don't even talk about the kicker. See there? I wanted Justin Tucker, and Kevin's like, "Oh no, Justin Tucker."
So
No.
basically, Pat had mind games played on him, but I think you still had a good
No,
draft,
talk
Pat.
too
I think you were tricked. No,
People
but
just talk to me.
Kevin was manipulating other people in the draft, which I mean that's Kevin's thing, I guess. But I think with your picks, don't really like Mostert that much. I'm more of a Trey Sermon guy. As you can see, in the 9th round, I got Trey Sermon, so I think he's going to be
That's the first.
worth it. But Pat had to fill out some starters, right?
Well, I did that on top of that.
Pat loves Mostert.
He does love him.
I like I respect and I don't expect him to be healthy the whole time. If you do, you're in fairy tale land.
Yep.
But that's the thing. The first 3-4 weeks, you got to be on it. There's going to be somebody that comes out, and that's when I got to pick him. But he'll last for about 3-4 weeks. I'm cool with that. That's my.
I like the idea of getting Pollard if the season doesn't start for 3 weeks from now, but I can see Pat dropping him, and then I'll get him later, and then
Nope, I
He'll
won't
help
be
me
dropping
out.
Izzy.
Izzy will go for him too.
I don't want him.
Izzy's got Zeke, so he said.
What you mean? If Zeke goes down, you don't want Pollard?
Nah, I'll just cry.
I'm good with all the rest of the picks, though. No, I think I wanted Izzy to come on, and obviously Pat's a great drafter, but Pat's probably more of the in-season management. I think Pat's like freaking ruthless. So that's why I think that's
annoying.
really what
It's
makes
annoying.
you as good of a
Sorry,
fantasy
Izzy.
player as you are.
Speak up, please.
Izzy,
great,
Izzy,
man.
I think is a great drafter too, for sure, and at that too.
Yeah.
But
2-3 in the morning, we getting them notifications. You know who it is.
yeah, Pat's got the.
We got Fab though.
Not
We
one
got
of us.
Fab,
Pat tells his significant other, "Oh, babe, I gotta go to bed, man. I'm tired." Just to set his alarm at 2:45 to get up for waivers. But
It's Fab now.
what is it for West Coast?
Well, I'm
What?
2 hours behind you.
So what is it for you then? So it's
I
like
have
midnight.
to do it at night though. It's late, yeah, bro. It's so what is that?
It's about 12:30 then.
Yeah.
12:45.
But I'll be on it. It is what it is.
Wow.
You want to win, you want it. Okay.
It's getting easier for you. It's not fair.
Yeah, he's gonna move to Hawaii.
Yeah.
It'll be like 6.
Ooh, that's tough. But I mean, we are in a fab now. It's not my fault.
Mhm.
People spend half their fab on one player in 1 week.
Yeah, definitely moved to Fab. But I think that's about it. I had a really good time with the draft. I think I pissed some people off with the Najee pick, but hey, I gotta build some depth. Appreciate it, Izzy. Izzy, the card collector, LeBron lover.
I'm a card collector.
We thought he was a receiver, early drafter receivers, but switched it up. Smart moves. Appreciate it, Izzy. You have anything else?
No, thank you guys for having me on. Appreciate it. I'll expect to be on longer. And in my opinion, to go over, I think us three, we have top 3 picks, or top 3 draft.
Yeah,
and,
let us.
and I
let us
checked it
know.
with my guru, and he said the same thing. So, and I
gotta
value
go
his
with-
opinion.
Who's your guru?
He's got a guy.
I got a guy. Can't talk about it.
He watches us from the distance. He's been watching us, Pat, but he likes what he's seeing. But thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Look out for more videos. Go to TikTok for very frequent videos. Appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Izzy. Thank you, Erik. Deuce.
Thank you.
Good night.